Well, hello everyone, Taxi88 here, and now I'm looking at another Sinclair ZX Spectrum coin-op conversion. This time I'm looking at the classic vertically scrolling shooter Commando. And Elite did the conversion for the ZX Spectrum, as you can see there. The game came out in 1985, but I believe this particular conversion came out in 1986. So press K to redefine keys. Up, down, left, right, fire, grenade. If you were playing on joystick, you could. It doesn't matter that the joysticks only had one fire button. You can still throw a grenade. You just have to hold down fire for about half a second or so, and you to throw a grenade. So let's start. First thing you notice is it's quite colourful, and I've just died. Oh, that soldier hit me on my big thumbnail, and I died. Okay, that's better. The enemies always go for where you were at the time they fired, or in some cases through their grenades. Yeah, you shoot the red one either side of that hostage, and he goes free. Ugh. This is not a good sign. Look at the detail on that bridge. It's really impressive, especially when you consider this was mid-80s. Oh. Now normally I'd complain when you couldn't just type in your name, but in this case I don't mind because it looks so cool and it doesn't take so long because it's not all the letters in just one line, so I'll forgive it this once. Let's give that another whirl. Oops. I'm sure they're good. It is a bit unfortunate that, unlike in the later game called Who Dares Wins 2, the enemies can't blow themselves up. God. As you saw there's a little bit of colour clash when there are enemies actually against the cliffs like that. I'm not doing so well at the moment. It's been a while. Those red boxes are what you use to top up your grenades. You get as many grenades as there are visible boxes. So there, I picked up a set of 5, so I got 5 grenades in my stash, and you can see where it says bombs in the top right corner. That's how many grenades I currently have left. That sound there means I reached a 10,000 point milestone. Every 10,000 points you get another life. When you've killed all the men, on to the next area. Ooh. Yes, the tank can run you over. with these guys in the trenches, the only way to kill them is to use grenades. Unlike Who Dares Wins 2, where you could shoot them, you can't in this. You have to use grenades. And before you ask, yes, you can fall into the trenches, so don't even think about trying to walk across them. Oh. These guys have bazookas, you've got to be really careful with them, otherwise that happens. Sometimes those bazookas are quite hard to avoid, but when you're actually to the left of them or behind them, they can't shoot you. They can only shoot diagonally downwards or straight down, or within that sort of area. They can't actually shoot to the left or right or behind them. So if you're to the left or right, the only way they can kill you is if they touch you. Ugh. A little bit of slow down there when the screen gets busy like that did. Oh God. I believe the character you control is called Super Joe. So there we have it. Commando for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. A pretty good conversion for it, especially for its time. I mean, it's got nice graphics. Some of the background graphics are really quite detailed, especially when you look at things like the bridge and those caves at the end of level 2, which you just saw. And little bit of slowdown when the screen gets busy, and tiny bit of color clash, but apart from that, it's a pretty solid conversion. It runs at a respectable rate. It's generally very responsive controls. I mean, the use of color in the background is generally quite clever, and manages to scroll either without any visible color clash or without any that's so distracting that it takes your mind off what you're trying to do. And pretty good level of challenge, all things considered. Just got to keep moving, try not to retrace your steps, especially if the enemy sends in the grenadiers. So don't think you'd be safe just staying behind a rock and picking people off from there, because just one throw from a grenade, and if you don't move from where you were when they throw it, you will die. So yes, I'd give this conversion a solid 8 out of 10. Sound is pretty nice as well, and no, there's no in-game music, but it's still an enjoyable experience, and it's pretty addictive. So pretty impressive conversion that. Texie88 out.